Hey guys, StinaRose here, and welcome back to another episode from the world of Otium. We are starting here in our brand new province. This province is called Witherhelm, and we are going to be doing a Halloween build here in Witherhelm. So the whole point of this province is just a fun, kind of smaller idea after all the work that we all did in Talonwood. We thought it would be fun to change it up and do a province that's more, well, I don't know if we'd even call it a province, because this is just an area where we are building some Halloween type builds. And as you can see, we are on a mushroom island. And the reason for this is mushroom islands do not have mob spawns. So we can do a lot of fun things with dark lighting and moody atmospheres. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I thought I would bring you in. I have come over here, I've gathered some resources, and I thought it would be fun. Whoop, there I'd go again, too many. Okay, so our mushroom island does have, okay, this is not going well. Our mushroom island does have a little bit of a grassy area. The ocean biome kind of comes up a little bit into our mushroom island, which means we had to torch up a little bit of an area. Mostly because, yeah, Nerd was working on his stuff and I was working on mine, and we kept getting skeletons and zombies trying to come and eat us. So we lit it up a little bit, but we won't have to do that for most of the area. I'm going to try really hard not to give spoilers because we are building all very close to each other. But I wanted to come up here and show you the area that we're going to be working in. Keeping my head down so as not to... Yes, okay, so we can do it this way. So this is the area we're going to be working in. I've kind of laid out a little bit of a floor plan for the build that I'm going to be making here. This is going to be a farmhouse, kind of a rundown, dilapidated farmhouse. And I've started just pulling together the foundation to get an idea of where I want to build things. And I thought that we would get started. So the idea for this is going to be a rundown old farmhouse. They're kind of spooky in and of themselves. But out behind the farmhouse, out here, is going to be a big field of pumpkins. We're going to have a pumpkin patch because for me, pumpkins are very much a part of the Halloween season. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't do a lot of celebrating of Halloween. Just doesn't, you know, it's just not a thing that I do very much. Yeah, I did as a child, you know, the fun of dressing up and trick-or-treating and stuff like that, but we don't do a whole lot of that now, even with little man. So for me, building a pumpkin patch is a lot more interesting than trying to go super scary with, you know, some of the other ideas that can come out from Halloween. Anyway, I think it's time to get started on this build and to try to make up our house. So let me get started and I will bring you back in just a little bit. Alright guys, we are back and I have made quite a bit of progress on the structure of this farmhouse. Now I haven't done anything with the inside of it yet. This is just a very plain frame. In fact, it's not even completely framed out. There's areas that, yeah, there's going to be a peak over here that's not done out yet. But I wanted to come back in and show you what's going on now. The videos for these other builds have already come out, so I'm not so worried about spoilers so much. We're right here next to Wallace's cemetery that he's built. Over there you can see the structure that Desirat's been working on. Go ahead and check out those videos. The links will be in the comments below. But yeah, so we've got a good start on our farmhouse. Now this farmhouse, it's very white. Yeah, it's extremely white, and I will be coming back through after we get the structure completely in place I'm going to be coming back through and changing out a lot of these blocks and giving it a variation. The white concrete is cool, but wow, is it white. Yeah, I was hoping for a distressed looking farmhouse, and this is just too pristine. So anyway, let me get back to work. I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I'm going to hopefully get the roofs on this area and figure out what the final structure is going to be before we move on to the inside. So let me get back to work and I'll be right back with you. As you can see, I have made a ton of progress on this house. We've got the roof in all the way around, the framing, the structure is in place. I really like the view of it from over here. So this is where we're gonna have the portal. The portal's down here. Nerd is working on what he's doing there for the portal. You come down here and you can view our house just right here, and I think it looks really cool coming down into the cemetery. Nice little path all the way up to it. I think that's really, really a nice look. Now, let me show you what our palette is for this province. One thing that we do is we like to work off of a palette so that we're all kind of working with the same blocks. That's one of the fun things about working with other people is having our builds unique, but yet in the same block palette. So here's our block palette for Witherhelm, this province that we're working on. Jungle, spruce, cobble, the stone, pumpkins, of course, and our accent color is this magenta, as well as the black and the white. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to use magenta in my build. Not sure what I'm going to do with that, because magenta doesn't really work with a farmhouse. Now, if you look, you can see over there, this is Crafting Mantis's build back and behind, and she did completely embrace the magenta. So go ahead and check out her video. Again, the links to these different people are in the description below. And there's some really cool stuff going on. But let's get back to our farmhouse. And I think it's time to add some texture variation to these walls. This is very white, extremely white. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to add some texture variation. Now my plan here is to rough up the foundation a little bit, maybe add in some cobble, maybe add in some mossy cobble, not mossy cobble, mossy stone, just to add a little bit of difference into it, because that, again, that is very plain. The walls, we're going to add bone block and concrete powder. That should add some good variation. And then, yeah, then we'll need to come inside here. As you can see, I have done nothing with the interior. The interior is a mess, a complete mess right now, because yeah, I just built the outside, and we're going to need to come in here. We're going to need to put in rooms, and figure out the layout for the interior. But first, let me get working on the texture variation on the outside, and I will be back with you in a few minutes. Guys, we are back, and if you can see, I have really made a lot of progress. The entire outside has the texture variation done. I got in a groove, and it was kind of hard to stop. So I kind of just finished the whole thing. It was really nice to get into my groove and to get things finished up. But I do want to come and show you what I've done. So like I said, here on the frame, I added the white concrete powder and the bone block. And I think it looks really good. It does help to give the farmhouse more of a distressed look, instead of being that extra pristine white that it was I like the, I just like how it looks. Around the frame, around the foundation, I've added these birch leaves. Now the thing about birch leaves is here in the Mushroom Island, they're not the vibrant bright green, which is really good because all of the other leaf varieties just are startling green. That doesn't quite work when you're doing more of a spooky build. Can't tell very much, but I did add some cobblestone in with the cracked stone bricks, so there is texture variation in the foundation. That's going to be a little bit more noticeable back here on the back where I don't have I fell down, where I don't have the birch leaves across. So cobblestone on the foundation as well. Underneath of the birch leaves I added coarse dirt. The reason I'm adding coarse dirt instead of just regular dirt is because the mycelium, the cancer grass, it spreads to dirt very quickly, but it will not spread to coarse dirt. So that means that we can have the coarse dirt with these dead bushes, and the dead bushes won't pop off because it'll stay coarse dirt. So yeah, that's the exterior. Now I did add a little back porch area. So we've got 3 porches. This one comes off this side. And I like the way it looks. So if we come over here, just take a look. I think it turned out really well. The texture variation makes it look good. The little bit of greenery in front is nice. All nice touches. Now the one thing that I haven't gone through and done yet is messed up the roof. The roof needs to have a little bit of distressing done to it. Some spots where instead of being stairs, the stairs are turned wrong, or there's slabs instead, so that it kind of dips along a little bit. But that'll just take a few moments, and I can do that at a later time. I did say that I was in a groove. I made a path connecting our path into the cemetery, so we can come from the cemetery straight up into our home. One thing that I'm thinking about doing is right here adding a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern right there. Don't really want to do it on the porch because if I'm remembering correctly, the fences connect to jack-o'-lanterns, and I don't want that to happen. So it'll probably be sitting here down on the ground. Let's go in and take a look at what I've done. I did section off the entire house, and I actually got the decorations done. So like I said, I was in a groove. If we come in here, the first room that we have, okay, so you can see cobwebs. Cobwebs are everywhere because, you know, that's kind of Halloween-like, spooky. Okay, no, it's just, you know, spiders are, yeah. Anyway, we have this little sitting area. This is the only room that I use the stone brick stairs and stone brick for the sitting area. Just a second. I don't know where that went. Okay, that's weird. You grab this and yeah, let me show you my house that is falling apart and I don't understand why. It must be here. Okay, grab one of those. Whoops. Anyway, this is the only place where I have added the stone brick as the couches because I wanted it to contrast with the piano. This dark, like really big, gigantic piano. We even got the book here for playing the piano. Yeah, I think it works. You know, when I think old farmhouses, I think of those great big huge upright pianos. So that's what we have here, a great big huge upright piano. And I like the book, the fact that the book opens up. I did have a bench here. It didn't quite work with the room. It was a little too close to the coffee table, and I didn't like this part without the coffee table. So yeah, but here is our piano. Throughout the house we are using the redstone lamps. It's not lamps, redstone torches as our lighting, because it gives it a really cool eerie glow when night comes. So this is basically the entry room. This would be the parlor, the main room to entertain guests, you know, pull up a chair, play the piano. Typical old, you know, big farmhouse type thing. Then you come through here and we've got the dining room with the little kitchen area. Like the way this looks now. One thing that I did add is a couple of pockets up top where we have water sources. So the water is dripping through the ceiling as if there's a leak, and I think that adds to the idea that the house is kind of falling apart a little bit. There we go, there's another drop. And there's several places throughout the house that does that. Right over there is another place. Yeah, so we've got a table and chairs. Most of the furniture is made out of this jungle wood, because that's, if you remember, that's part of our palette is the jungle wood. I also tried to choose pictures that have more of the spiders and the creepers and the skeletons to kind of make it more interesting, more fit with the Halloween type feel. And there we go, there's the great big skeleton. I'm not even sure what's going on in this picture, honestly, but it's a skeleton of some sort. And if we come over here, we've got a more, you know, a smaller sitting room with a little table and chair. Again, dead bushes, cobwebs, just little things to kind of bring it to life and yet be trying to keep it simpler. Oh, it's getting night, so you can see we've got this eerie glow with the redstone torches. Here we have kind of a, we got that wither picture. We have kind of a storage room, entryway type thing, and around this corner leads up to the bedrooms. Picture of the creeper coming up, cobwebs everywhere, another place where we could get that huge picture. And if we come this way and straight through, we have a little bedroom. So again, spiders, chests, you know, just a place to hang up your clothes, little things. Let's take a little nap and I will show you the rest because I want it to be light enough that you can see what's going on. There we go. So this is where we came through. We have one bedroom with bunk beds. We have another tiny little bedroom. Barely enough room to move around in here. You know, just got one little torch, a couple of chests, and a hook. And then we come down this way, and we have a bigger bedroom. So this has a single bed. I could make this a double, but I think we'll leave it as a single. Single bed, you know, just some really simple things to give the room life and yet not be overbearing. I think it turned out well. I really do like the way that this has turned out. And the structure of the farmhouse came together so much better than I anticipated. It really did. Now if we go up here, we have the attic. So here in the attic, you know, we've got all kinds of chests. We've got some little rooms off here with, you know, full of cobwebs and, you know, just things that you'd expect to find in an attic of an old farmhouse. I do like the way that this has turned out. I think it looks really cool, and I'm really looking forward to pulling this together with the pumpkin patch out back. Down we go. So there we have it. This, my friends, is our farmhouse. And I'm pleased. I really am pleased with how it turned out. I think that it has a lot of interesting things to look at, a lot of interesting things to do, but we're not done really. The farmhouse is just one part of this build. Did I get stuck on a cobweb? Yep. The farmhouse is just one part of this build. Down here on this hillside, we need to build a pumpkin patch. So this whole hillside is going to be a pumpkin patch. And I'm really looking forward to getting that all put in and figuring out how it's going to go. Building a great pumpkin. But that is going to have to wait for the very next episode. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the farmhouse build. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like. Give me a comment. It really does help my channel, and I love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me know some ideas that you have for the pumpkin patch or other Halloween type builds we can do here on the island after our farmhouse and pumpkin patch are finished. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!